My girls hold me down, them boys mess around. My love life is a mess. We're going out tonight because I'm looking for love. That's right, y'all. This your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Sisters Season 3, Episode 9, Complicated Situations. Now, there's a few complicated situations going on. Can any of y'all tell me who they were? I think I have about 3 of them. No, maybe even 4. Hey, but we gonna find out. Before we get started, shout out to everybody in my comment section. Thank you for holding down my channel. Shout out to all my new subscribers and my old subscribers. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all helping my channel grow. So do me a favor after that and share my videos. That's right. I'm asking you to like and share and subscribe. And when you share, get your friends to subscribe to Barbie J's channel. That's right. Subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button. It's right there. Okay? Hit it. And if you want to be notified every time Barbie J uploads a new video, then you hit the notification bell that is right there as well. Now, let's jump right in. Okay, so we knew this was going to happen. We knew Gary was going to show up. We knew Gary was going to be pissed. We knew, didn't we? So he's sitting down at the table with Andy and Robin, and she said, well, it's funny. She told me she was going to be out with the girls because she said, we're working. It's a business work. Well, you didn't tell me that. You said she'd be out with the girls. Well, the girls are right over there, wherever they are. And he's like, yeah, but you're over here, and it's like, and then the guy jumps in talking about, well, you're lucky to have such a woman like this. She talked about you all night. Isn't that right? Yeah. And he said, she, out of respect, wanted to, I wanted to meet at the such and such, but out of respect for you, she said, let's meet here so we could discuss our clients and everything. So he's like, really? So he wants to talk. She said, honey, he said, and who's these clients? Honey, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that. Can we talk about this when we get home? Okay, we'll do that. He gets up and leaves. Karen sitting over there watching the whole damn thing, seeing everything that's going down. Robin's asking her, are you okay? Are you okay? And she's like, no, I'm fine. I'm so sick of that line. If TP could just take that out, I get sick of Andy saying, she fine. She ain't fine. And if the only fine she likes is the one that she looking good because she likes that attention and needs that attention, I'm fine. Your ass ain't fine. You're shitting in your britches right now because you got to go home to that man that you lied to and he pissed. Am I wrong, y'all? Am I wrong? Come on now. I can't. So Karen saw everything and Sabrina and Danny's like, well, why you didn't tell me what was going on and all this stuff? Wasn't that yet? She was like, man, please. Y'all all into y'all damn phones and everything. Karen was paying attention. Karen ain't no stupid friend. She ain't. So Robin says, let's just go and finish this tomorrow. And she's like, no, please, no. Let's do it now, no. And he's like, no. For some reason, I feel like you won't be in the right headspace for us to continue, this conversation. And she was like, she keeps saying she's fine. She's fine. And he said, you're such a beautiful woman. He's looking at her. He still is there flirting. And she's like, thank you. Thank you. I'm like, Miss Innocent, your dumbass 2 weeks ago or last week was trying to marry some man and got mad when you didn't. Now you're keeping secrets. Anyway, what else? So she goes, I think I'm going home. She goes over to the girls and tell them she thinks she's going home. And they was like, wasn't that Gary? And what happened? What is he saying? And did you tell him you were here? And they're asking all these questions. And who is that guy? I told you who he is. He's a lawyer and he works in my firm or something like that. And yeah, but who the hell is he? And then I like Karen because she said, when Andy said it's a guy from my firm, I told you, she said, that you're attracted to. What do you mean? She told her, you've been wearing that double-breasted, that damn dress thing, whatever that dress is she had on. Karen peeped it and said, she called her out on it and said, that's the shit you used to wear before you met Gary to get attention. Karen called out on it. So she tried to deflect because then Danny said, yeah, she got kind of a point there. And she's like, Danny, what is that you got on? You got on that dress over there? And she tried to deflect. She said, yes, honey, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about you. So Karen reminds her, she wants to go home, and Karen reminds her, so we just not going to even talk about this, the gun and the lawsuit and all of this that's going on. And she's like, oh, trust me, it's, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Trust me, it's frivolous lawsuit. Really? I wonder when everybody else gonna get their letters. So she leaves, and Sabrina and Danny up here, they don't not understanding. They think this is all bad news. And Karen told them, we need to mind our business. And she said, let her find out the hard way, So that's what they got to do. Then it went to Fatima and Zach in bed. And, they finished doing uta ata, whoopee or whatever it was they were doing in there. We know what they were getting busy. Yes. And she told him he had to go home, and she was going to go out. And he was like, no, we've been doing all this making love and stuff. She said, no, what we was doing is fucking. We were okay, that's what we were doing. And, he started getting in his feelings about stuff, but then he kept trying to talk to her. And she said she was attracted to him, and she was feeling him, but now she feels like she's falling into the same rut or situation she was with her ex. And that damn ex broke up with her on Friday and married some other chick on Saturday. So that's like, what? You've been using me all this time? What? So she was upset about that. And she promised herself to never be that bitch. And she called it. I kind of don't like when people call themselves bitch. But, I never be that bitch who loves and believes everything a nigga say. They beeped out nigga. Did they beep out bitch? Because I don't remember them beeping that out. And I just don't understand that part. So, she told him how she felt when they ran into the girls in the supermarket, how small she felt and everything. And then Zach was acting kind of silly there too. And then she said, Zach started giving her this advice and stuff. All of a sudden she said, so what now? You a damn therapist? She said, so what you gonna say next? That I should trust you? And he said, no, don't trust me. I'm fucked up. And she said, thanks for telling me what I already know. I know not to trust you, but you not fucked up. And he said, see, that's what I love about you, because you choose not to put me down, not to, he said, you choose not to talk down to him. And she was like, something about some book. She handed over some book to him for him to read and stuff, but of course he put it down. But she kept saying she's leaving, she's going out. He's talking her out of it and stuff. And she's like, no, you got to get out of here. I'm going to do this. And he said, no, just wait a minute. And he went under the cover to go. He went downtown. Ow! He went downtown. So she started yelling, okay, I'm going to stay. Good point. I'm going to stay. So that's what So that was that. That was them. Who else was next? Maurice is getting busy and proud. He was dancing. He had the moves. I was like, yeah, do it, Maurice. And the bartender asked him how his living situation was going with Calvin and how things were going. And then he tells him that the criminal Q was walking over towards him and something like that. And he came over to apologize to Maurice for the way what he said. Something he said to him, I guess, was offensive. I guess he felt towards Maurice. So he apologized for that, and he understands he was just trying to help him. Then he said that's why. What did he say? So because of that, he wanted to oh no. This is when Maurice said, yes, I was trying to help you. That's why they call me the Mother Teresa of the gay community. Something I said, Mother Teresa, you're not. Okay. But the Mother Teresa of the gay community. No, not of the gay, of the drag community. The Mother Teresa of the drag. That's what they call me, Mother Teresa of the drag community. I was like, Maurice, you're so silly. But he was getting it in, though. I loved some of that house music. So he wants to go He wants to go to Maurice's house and hang out and get out of there and hang out and stuff. He said, why? He said, because I want to show you, he said, I just want to show you how sorry I am and make it up to you. Mm? Mm? He said, you want to come to my house so you can steal my good shit? I don't think so. He said, I don't think so. I said, I hear you, Maurice. I wouldn't even. But Maurice, he curious. He wanted to know ever since he met him that day when he came out the room naked. Maurice want to touch that. He want to feel that. That's all I know. So he said, he's like, no, I'm not gonna touch any of your stuff. I promise. I just want to just come over and show appreciation. He said, you ain't got no damn where to live, do you? You ain't got nowhere to sleep, do you? And he said, come on, and he took him home with him, or something like that. So that was that, and then they showed, what was it? Andy got home, and Gary is sitting on the couch pissed and says he doesn't want to even talk about it. Because she was like, are we going to talk about this? No, the hell, we not talking about nothing. She funny. She want to talk about stuff and she knows she wrong. And he was like, I just want to know why you lied to me. That's a fair question. Why you lie, Andy? Andy, why you lie? And she was like, I didn't lie. She tried to use that legal talk or something. I didn't lie. How did she say? Like she just omitted the truth or didn't tell you everything. She lied by not telling everything. All this stuff. She was like, oh my God. I was like, stop it. She said, first of all, if you knew I was going to be in a meeting with a client after hours, I know you would have hit the roof. You would have been so upset. And he's sitting there like, bitch, I ain't even falling for this right now. I wasn't falling for it either. And I hope she wasn't falling for it because she knew she was full of it. Karen was spot on. She was interested in that man. And so he said, Andy, what you did, it couldn't be done in the office. It's not the same setting. Do you not understand that as a restaurant? That's like a date almost, So she's like, don't get upset. Don't get upset. He said, I'm not getting upset. She said, then say it in a lower tone. I said, now don't talk to him. Start talking to him like a child because he going to swing on your ass like really real quick. He said, don't be condescending. And then he's like, you know what? I want to get out of here. He grabs his keys and he's like, where you going? She tried to grab his arm and stop him. I said, girl, don't pull on that man. He'll say you touched him and he'll swing or something. Come on, you don't grab no man like that. You don't do that. And he said, look, I'm going to the gym. Oh, you going to the gym? Oh, see, that's how you know, Andy. What goes around comes around. You worried, but you didn't mind when he was going to the gym when you was cheating with him. Now he going to the gym and now you think he cheating on you. See how that shit works? Karma's a biatch, girl. So Jacoby shows up to Sabrina's apartment door. Her dumb ass. He want to apologize for what he did. He said he'll even have the police come and stand there while he apologized if that'll make her feel better. And I would have said, go do that. Go get them. But her dumb butt gonna open the door and then step back about 6 feet, letting him come in. Girl, he could bum rush you. What's wrong with you? Sabrina dumb. She dipsy. I'm sorry. So, she lets him come in, and he hands her a letter, and she's like, she don't want to touch it. What's that? Slide it on the thing. Slide it over closer to me, closer. I was like, stop being stupid. You let him in your damn house. Either you gonna stand there with a knife in your hand or a gun, or you shouldn't have let him in, asshole. You shouldn't. That was dumb to let him in. I'm sorry. I called her name. I shouldn't have called her name, but it was dumb. Okay, and so he said, the letter he wrote is stating that she did nothing wrong. He was just mad. He needed that job. He realizes it was his fault and all this. So yes, it was your fault, but you tried to make me seem like such an evil witch or something like that. And you did this and you did that. And he's like, come on, you know I was feeling you and stuff. I liked you and stuff, And she said, Jacoby, you can't do it. He said, you going to tell me after what we did here the other night? And she was like, do you want me to call the police or not? You leaving? I said he could be recording, so I was glad she behaved that way. But he said, she basically told him to get out. Get out and don't come back. But honey, that was on you. That was on you. You wanted them. You was attracted here to his tattoos and the rough neck. And Maurice called her on that before. So now Maurice, we go back to Maurice, and he brings Q home and introduces him to Calvin. And Calvin's like, wait a minute. He the one who stole my damn checks. He said, well, he said, I apologize for that. I'm going to go and try to do better. And he said, well, I'm locking my door. He said, well, come on, let's go. My room is back here. He said, hold up. He coming in your room for what? He said, what you think he coming in my room for? It's like, the hell. He's like, I'm locking my door and don't touch my shit and all this stuff. He said, we don't care if you lock your door. I'm trying to get him to get in my door. It's like, Maurice is like, I'm trying to get somebody. I care about you right now. Kill that noise. Kill it. I don't know why he trying to act all tough. This Calvin doing all of that. I was like, oh, please. So then he said, Maurice said, you might want to put in some earphones tonight. He said, why? He said, because you know how loud I get. He said, oh, get me out of here. He just threw his phone and walked out and stuff. He said, see how quick you can get rid of a straight person. And so him and Q went into the bedroom. And they get in the room, and Q was telling him the things he don't do. I don't do the bottom. I don't or something. I don't do this. I don't do that. And it's like, Maurice is like, I didn't see it going this way. I was a guy that kind of like a little bit of romance and stuff. And I'm a bit of romance. He said, you want that? He said, most people at the prowl just want to have sex. They just all they want to do. They don't want to have no kind of nothing. He said, well, I kind of do. I kind of old-fashioned. And he was like, well, let me see. He started taking off his pants. Let me see if I could change your mind. And he showed him that ding-dong he was carrying, that junk he was packing. And Maurice said, hold up. I think I dropped something. And it was his body. He just hit the floor. I said, ooh, that ding-dong must look real good. Okay. Maurice hit the damn floor. So, I didn't know if he went down to give him head or not. I was like, what is he doing? Then what happened? Danny Danny is working my nerves. And y'all let me know down in the comment section, because I'm sure she's working y'all nerves too. Danny is going to lose a good thing. She being so stupid. And I'm sorry. The word is stupid. I feel for her. She trying to sneak out the damn apartment without waking up Preston and stuff. And she slept on the couch. And she tells him she didn't want to wake him and stuff. Because he's like, you doing up already? And what time you got to be to work? And she's like, oh, no, I'm doing an early shift. She ain't giving him a time. I'm working an early shift. Well, I get up. He said, I get up early like with the roosters, and you up before me, and why? He's just trying to understand what is going on, and she won't talk to him, so she not being a damn adult, and I'm getting sick of her with this dumbness, because that man ain't did nothing but be good to her and love her and worship her. That's what Preston has done to her. She don't want him. Bobby J will take that boy. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. So then what happened? So he tries to talk to her about his shift and all of this stuff. About his business, about his new business. He got a new contract, and he got this beautiful bowl. You want to see the pictures? No, I'm good. I don't want to see that. She just not interested at all. And then he asked her what time she coming home, probably because he would cook for her. I'll take you, Preston. And she's like, no, I'm going to work a double. I'm like, damn, Danny. And, I got to make that money. Them student loans is a bitch. Oh, yeah. He said, well, I can help you with that. She said, nah, that's okay. I like to be independent. He's like, since when? I like that. I thought she was going to take offense to that. Since when? She's like, oh, she did kind of try to, you pay my rent for a couple of months, and now I'm a kept woman and all this stuff. Hells yes. Hells yes, Danny. We all know who you are. So she told me she got to make that money, the student loans, and he said, I can help with that. And she said, he can't, he said, I was dying with it. He said he could go to the Cowgirls Credit Union. I never heard. Cowgirls Credit Union to borrow the money. And then he was trying not to laugh. She said, the Cowgirls Credit Union. She said, what's that? You could go to the Yeehaw one? He said, the Yeehaw Credit Union is for platinum members. I was dying. She was trying to be funny. And it was a real union. Oh, my God. So he was like, she don't even want to hug him by. she's leaving, and he's like, come on, hug. I let you handcuff me. I let you. And she's just acting real, just standoffish. And, I was like, you could have hugged him. He ain't do nothing that you couldn't hug him. And then she left, and he's looking at the door like, what the hell is wrong with her? So we all thinking he realizing what we realizing. No, he's like, what the hell is wrong with her? How could she not know about the Cowboy and Cowgirls Credit Union when she know about the Yeehaw Wash? Oh my God. I was sitting here cracking up at the pause of TV because I was like, that was funny. I can't even see now. So it switches to Karen. She go into the salon and she learns that one of her stylists, Isaiah, who she done taught everything he knows, had left and took her clients, started his own business, reduced all his prices and made them much cheaper than hers. And she's pissed about that. She's trying to ask Pam to find out information like which clients left and all this stuff. How am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to do that? I can't do this. I don't know how to. And I'm like, fire her ass, Karen. I'm sorry, fire her ass. A teenager would be better. A high school student would be better than her. Fire her ass. But she didn't. So Aaron came in and he's reminding him, Pam gonna say, oh, how you feeling today? The last time you was here, A, B, and C was happening, and that wasn't right. And you got caught. You left here with your heart all broken and stuff. And Karen, what they did in that room, and they was having sex and stuff, that was fucked up. That wasn't right. I said, shut the hell up. Fire her already. Oh, Lord. So Karen came in and killed that noise and all that stuff. So he's been thinking about Karen, and now he wants to go to her house to watch a movie, have dinner, and all that stuff. And she said, and then what? What's supposed to be after that? He said, oh, no, let's just play by ear. I'll provide the nourishment and all that stuff. And, and he said, let's just go with the flow. So that's what they're going to do. Maurice comes out after having sex with Q, and he want to share with Calvin his night and all this stuff. And Calvin's like, spare me, please. I don't want to hear none of that. And he want to tell all the details. And so he was like, Lord, child, that dick was so good. I need to cook him breakfast in bed. I said, Lord Jesus. He said, please. He left. He said, I cook breakfast for me. You can have the leftovers if you want, So Calvin tells him, he jokes too much. He plays too much and he don't like it. And he's like, I don't feel like this relationship is going to work, this arrangement. Like he needs to leave. And he's like, oh, stop. I'm just joking. You need to chill. And he's like, no, it's too much. You do too much of this, So he said, look, I see what's happening. He said, you're really lonely is what you are. You're really lonely, he told Maurice. And Maurice got upset. And I knew he got super upset. And he was like, don't be coming for me. Just because, don't be trying to come just because you straight. Don't be coming for me. He said, I'm not trying to come for you. He said, I'm just stating the facts. And he said, no, you got that. Don't put that stuff that you and Sabrina are going through on me. See, you were trying to project on me. I see what you're trying to do. And he's like, you know what? I'm out of here. He said, yo, don't mess with me. I would have put a 2-piece on your ass like Jacoby did. It's like poop, poop, 2-piece. Yeah. So he just left. Then it's morning and Andy is calling Gary's phone. Gary has not answered. We learned Karen then calls and she checks on Andy to see how things were going in. And Andy was doing that I'm fine stuff and trying to avoid telling Karen the deal. But Karen kept asking questions like a good friend should. What happened? What went down? What's going on? How did he react? Are you okay? And she was like, no. Look, okay, the truth is, I don't think he came home last night. She confesses, I don't think he came home. He said he was going to the gym. The gym, and that's when Gary came in. And he says he's been at the gym for 6 hours, mostly thinking. And Andy's like, really? Andy's all pissed and stuff. So he said he spoke to his therapist, and she wants to talk to them after work tonight. She's like, you speak to your therapist? At this time in the morning, I speak to her all the time. She's like, really? So I can't wait to see who this therapist is and what she looks like. Is she fine? Is she ugly? Is she good? Let's see who this therapist is. Because before, I think when this all first happened, he supposedly had 2 therapists, or he was seeing a counselor too. Because once it was a counselor, now it's a therapist. So I'm kind of confused who he's seeing. And I'm like, okay. So she's pissed. And then it ended with Zach, which was fabulous news. Yes. Zach gets the phone call from Brookhaven Trust or whatever bank, and he said about that stock you put in. I realized that Zach didn't know what the F he was doing. That's why he didn't know if he lost or won or whatever. You know, and even Maurice said the stock was a bad stock, but he picked it, and the lady told him that it was, you know, it's now 787. That 1900 you put in is now, was it 1900? 19,000. Because he made 20,000. So he put, no, because he gave her 15,000. I can't remember how much he put in. But whatever that stock money he put in, it done blew up now, and it's $780,000, and she's suggesting that he sells. Now, if he doesn't sell, I'm going to be done with this show. Tyler Perry, I will be done. If he sells and get that money, he could get his own apartment, have a good setup, and be straight. If he manages his money properly. And that's what I'm hoping for. And not that he gets some broker or somebody to work his money and keep his money for him and manage his money and then they steal it. Don't do that, TP. Don't do nothing like that. So anyway, guys, that's how this episode went. I thought it was a good episode. You know, some parts. I did a lot of laughing this episode, which I love to laugh. And so let me know in the comment section how you feel. This your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.